everybody on the 3D Leisure at Home page. This is Welcome to Yoga with Louise. I'm actually away this weekend at a baby's naming ceremony in Bradford. So I've pre-recorded this class, which hopefully the wonderful Michelle is going to be able to upload for you to be able to access. I'll upload it to the YouTube channel, and hopefully Michelle can do it onto the Facebook group. So everybody should be able to access this as normal, even though I'm not doing it as a live class. So I hope that's okay with you. So let's get going. As always, if you've got any injuries or any illnesses, listen out for the options and alternatives. If you want to use a yoga block, if you've got one handy, or a cushion, or a towel, or something to modify any of the postures, then feel free to grab them now. If you're going to use a mat, it needs to be sideways on to begin with, or a towel, or you can just use the floor if you're comfortable with that. So here we go. Apologies, I've still got a croaky voice, I'm still not very well, but I'm getting there slowly. All right, so we're going to start by stepping the feet nice and wide, pushing the knees out, and tucking the tailbone under so your spine is nice and long. Just relax the shoulders and draw the core muscles in tightly. I'm just going to start by breathing. Deep breath in, rising all the way up with the arms, and then exhale to push down to center. Inhale to rise, and exhale to push. As you bend the knees, push the knees out to really activate right through the glutes. 2 more times. Inhale to rise, and exhale to push down. 1 more. All right, we shift the weight side to side. So pushing the knees out in line with the middle toes. Let's add the arms, just waving like the sea, rolling waves. We're just going to lift the heart rate and mobilize through the big muscle groups and through the joints. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay to center, arms overhead, hands clasped, sink down low. Slide the shoulders away from the ears and push the knees out. Little baby pulses for 8, 7, 4 more. Just getting nice and warm. All right, step the feet hip width apart, all the way up with the arms, and slide the shoulders down. We're going to just swing down. Exhale to swing down. Inhale to hold, and again. Exhale to swing. Inhale to reach. 1 more like this. Let's lift the heels at the top, take a balance. Exhale to swing. Inhale to lift the heels and balance. And again. So try to lock your ankles as you lift the heels. So all 10 toes are staying in contact with the floor and the ankles are not rolling outwards. Just the swing only. And again, breathing out and in. 4 more, relaxing through the head, through the neck. 2 more. Watch the change. We're going to add single alternate knee raises if you can. If you don't like it, just keep your feet down and just stay with the swings. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. And release. Step the feet back underneath the hips. We're going to roll down through the spine. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, chin to the chest. Slowly rolling down 1 vertebra at a time. Soften your knees just to protect your hamstrings. Shake the head, tuck the chin. Arms to the side. Inhale, lift all the way up through a flat back. Squeezing the bottom, lift your collarbones. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's go again. All the way up. And release. Deep breath in. Breathing out, chin to the chest, rolling down slowly. Soften the knees, gently shake the head, tuck the chin. Arms to the side, inhale, lift through a flat back. Squeeze in the bottom, lift the collarbones. And exhale, hands to the heart. All right, we're going to go into a Hindi squat now. So step the feet apart slightly and rotate the legs out right from the hips. Hands in prayer position. Deep breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to bend the knees. So you've got the option of just going halfway. If you can, you're going to go a little bit further. And you're keeping the heels pushing down as much as possible. Pushing the knees open with the elbows or the hands, whatever you can reach with. And lift the chest. So if you've got tight Achilles tendons, you might find it really difficult to get the heels down. So you might just need to stop halfway, and that's absolutely okay. What you don't want to do is let the heels lift and balance on the toes. Hands to the floor, turn the feet forwards, parallel again, and extend the legs into a forward fold. So keep the knees slightly soft and just relax your head and neck. Then we're going to move into ragdoll pose. So pendulum swing side to side, just holding onto your own elbows, tucking the chin, just relax through the upper body. All right, we're going to come back to the Hindu squat, fingers to the floor, turn the toes out, turn the legs out from the hips, bending the knees, either stopping halfway or coming a little deeper, pushing the knees out as much as you can and lifting the chest as much as possible too. Nice deep breaths. So you want your spine to be as vertical as possible here. And release, hands to the floor, back to your forward fold, turn the middle toes forwards and extend. Ragdoll pose, hold on to the elbows, gently swing side to side. All right, hold it to center, arms to the side, lift through a flat back as we inhale. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart and step or jump your feet together. All right, shake out. Grab yourself a little sip of water now. Okay, hopefully we're nice and warm. So let's start moving on. We're going to move into a sun salutation. So I'm going to face the side of the room. If you've got your mat forwards, if you prefer, that's absolutely okay. Whatever feels good for you. So, step into the front of your mat, whether it be facing the side or facing the front. Either feet together in mountain pose or feet hip width apart if you prefer. So anyone with lower back problems or if you're pregnant, you will prefer probably to have your feet slightly apart for a more stable base. Here we go. Eye gaze directly forwards, slide the shoulders down, draw the abdominals in. Just make sure you're in neutral spine. Here we go. Inhale to rise to extended mountain pose. Look up to the thumbs. And as you exhale, forward fold, fingers to the floor, nose to knees, and lift your belly. Inhale, flat back extension of the chest, hands to the shins. And exhale to fold. Step back into down dog, doesn't matter which leg leads. Feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Now we're just going to play with this downward dog for a few moments. So pedaling through the feet, alternate heels pushing down, alternate knees bending. Make sure your middle fingers are forwards and your elbows are spiraled inwards. Especially if anyone's got hyperextended elbows that lock out. Really make sure that you've got good alignment to work right through the upper body. Both heels push down. Now as you breathe in, roll through the spine into a high plank. Drop your knees for round one. And exhale to lower to chaturanga, elbows tucked in. Lift halfway to baby cobra, lift the chest, chin down. Hands to the floor, tuck the toes, and lift into downward facing dog. Bend your knees, you're going to step your right foot forwards between your hands. Use your hand to help if you need to. Drop the back knee, we're going to come into a kneeling low yoga lunge. So rising all the way up, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Hands to the floor, tuck your toes, feet together or hip width apart into forward fold. Inhale, flat back extension, lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, inhale to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's go on the side, guys. Inhale to rise, squeezing your bottom and lift your collarbones. Exhale as you forward fold, nose to knees, lift the belly. Breathe in, flat back extension, lift the chest. And breathe out as you forward fold. Now either step back into downward dog or jump back if you feel ready, bracing your core and landing gracefully with control. Let's walk through the dog again. Alternate heels pushing down, and if you want to, you can gently shift side to side with the body weight, with the hips, even a little bit of rotation through the shoulders if you want to. Both heels push down, chin tucks, eye gaze towards the belly button. As you breathe in, roll through the spine into high plank, either on your toes or your knees, guys. Exhale as you lower to chaturanga, elbows in. Inhale as you lift to either cobra or upward dog, lifting the hips, tucking the toes, and exhale to down dog. Bend your knees, look forward, step your left foot through between your hands. Try and get the heel as far forward as you can. Drop the back knee, rising all the way up into a kneeling low lunge. Hands to the floor, tuck the toes, forward fold, nose to knees, lift the belly. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale to fold. Inhale to bend the knees. And exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to do that again. I'm going to do it facing you this time, just in case you're not sure. And we're going to move a little bit more rapidly. And we're going to get rid of the foot pedals in our downward dog. So either feet together or feet hip width apart. Eye gaze directly forwards. So because we're increasing our tempo, heart rate should start to rise a little bit more. Here we go. Inhale to rise. Little baby back bend if you can. Exhale to forward fold. Nose to knees, lift the belly. Inhale, flat back extension. And exhale and fold. Either step or jump back, bracing your core into down dog. Breathe in as you roll through the spine into high plank. On your knees or your toes, breathe out to lower to chaturanga. Inhale as you roll over the toes and shoulders surrender into upward dog or cobra. Tuck the toes, exhale to down dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step your right foot between your hands. If you need to use your hand to help, that's okay. This time you can either drop the back knee or you can keep the legs straight if you want more of a challenge as you rise up. Slide the shoulders away from the ears and release. Forward folds, nose to knees. Flat back extension as you inhale. Exhale as you fold. Breathe in as you rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Let's go other side, last time. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold, nose to knees, lift the belly. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale and fold, either step or jump back into downward dog, landing gracefully. Spread the fingers, middle fingers forward. Roll through the spine as you inhale to high plank, knees or toes. Breathe out to low with control. Arch up to cobra or upward dog. Tuck the toes. Exhale, down dog, bend your knees, step your left foot through. Either drop the back knee or advanced option, keep that back leg straight. Inhale to rise. As you exhale, slide the shoulders away from the ears, lift your collarbones and lift your eye gaze. Hands to the floor, forward fold, nose to knees. Inhale, flat back extension, lift the chest. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. All right, shake out. Hopefully you're nice and warm now, everybody. We're going to move into a little bit of a strength sequence. So, I'm going to turn my mat back sideways again. Hope it isn't confusing you too much. It's just quite hard when I'm just filming and I can't see you guys and you can't physically see me, just so that you can try and get all angles to get the best possible technique that you can. Okay, we're going to go into a triangle. You may want a block or a cushion or something to modify the posture handy in case you need it. So step the feet nice and wide, turn your right toes out, left toes forward. hips are square. So this is triangle, Trikonasana. Arms open wide, palms facing me to the front. You're going to inhale as you reach, right arm over, shift your hips, shift your ribs. And when you can reach no further, then we exhale as we tip directly sideways. Now, if you're finding it a struggle to get down there, you might want to hold on to your block or your cushion just to modify the posture. If not, just reach for the shin and just go as far as you can personally. It's your body. You're aiming to keep your rib cage square to the front and the left shoulder pulled right back, so you don't want to drop that shoulder inwards. Nice deep breaths. And if you want more, you're going to bind with that top arm, wrapping it behind, reaching for the thigh. Eye gaze up if possible. If not, eye gaze downwards or forwards if it helps you to steady your balance. Lift up through the arches of the feet and try and lift up through your kneecaps as well. All right, rising up, breathing in. As you breathe out, we're going to go into warrior two. So you might want to take a couple of bounces into this posture, and you want to make sure that your knee is directly over the ankle. If you find your knees going over your toe, that means your feet need to step that little bit wider. Slide the shoulders down and stack your ribs over your hips. All right, we're going to extend our warrior. So inhale, right arm reaches, exhale, elbow to thigh, and arm comes overhead. Square the ribs to me at the front, eye gaze up to the top elbow if possible. If you want a little bit more, we've got a couple more breaths. You can reach down towards the ankle and then drop the hips a little bit lower. Elongate the spine and extend right through to the fingertips. And release. Coming all the way up, turning the toes forwards, and we're going to come into a wide leg forward fold. So fingertips towards the floor and then relax the body forwards. Now, if your head touches the floor in the middle easily, walk your feet a little bit closer together to make it more challenging for yourself. You can either stay here, you might want to take a little pendulum swing, your ragdoll pose, or you might want to hook your first two fingers around the big toes and pull the crown of the head down, or you might even want to walk your hands between your legs and pull yourself through. All right, arms to the side, inhale, lift all the way up, and exhale to release, just roll the shoulders. Let's repeat on the other side. So if you think you might want your block or your cushion, just switch it over to the other side. Just gonna move it out of the way. So you're gonna turn your left toes out, right toes forwards, legs straight as possible to begin with if you can. Lift the kneecaps. Inhale into triangle, left arm reaches, shift your ribs and hips. Now as you exhale, going directly sideways. Eye gaze up if possible. If not, bring the eye gaze where it helps you to find your balance. So square the rib cage, so bottom rib cage facing front. If you need to, you can grab your object to modify the posture, or just place your hand on your shin. If you're really struggling with a straight leg, you've got the option to bend that leg if you need to. But the straighter it is, the better. If you want more, coming into a half bind, wrapping the hand and reaching for the thigh. Eye gaze up to the top shoulder. 2 more breaths, just breathing in and out through the nose throughout. And rise. Into warrior 2, deep breath in, breathing out, sink down. If you want to take a couple of bounces to find the depth of the posture, feel free to do so. So straight leg at the back, and roll the little toe down onto the floor on the back edge of the foot. Pushing the knee out, knee over the ankle. Eye gaze can either be forwards or over the middle finger, whatever works for you. Let's extend our warrior. So inhale to reach, exhale elbow to thigh, arm overhead, square the ribs to the front. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And if anybody wants more, reaching down, hand towards the ankle, and then drop the hips and lengthen through the front arm. Couple more breaths. And release, rising all the way up, turning the toes forwards, come back into your wide leg fold. And if you want more of a challenge, walk your feet slightly closer together. Again, either hands to the floor, or gently pendulum swing, or fingers around the big toes, or walk the hands through the middle, whatever works for you. Arms to the side, inhale to rise, and exhale to lower the arms, roll the shoulders. Okay, we're going to come into rotation triangle, or reverse triangle, sometimes called now. Quite challenging for balance, so don't worry if you feel a little bit wobbly for this one. All right, so we're going to set up, right toes facing side, left toes forward, as we did earlier. From here, all right, arms out, slide the shoulders all the way down. Okay, we're going to rotate the body all the way round. You might need to adjust your back foot slightly, so it's more of a warrior one position facing 45 degrees, okay? So your hips are more to the side rather than to the front. From here, if you can, you're going to reach forwards. Now this might be enough for you. You may need to bend your front knee. You're going to reach that left hand towards the right ankle and twist to your left side. If you can, you're going to reach that right arm high. And if you're struggling to balance, you may need to bend your front knee. Or again, if you want your object, grab the object so that you don't have to reach quite as low down. Or maybe just place your hand on your shin, slightly higher up. And release, we're going to come to the other side. So turn the toes forwards, turn to face the opposite side. Adjust your back foot so it's on a 45-degree angle. So you're more like a warrior one position rather than a warrior two, which is open with the hips. All right, from here, right arm rises, inhale, exhale to hinge forwards. If this is enough for you, just stay here and breathe. If you want your object, you take hold of it in your right hand, twisting towards the back of the room, and if you can, you're going to reach that left arm high. Depending on how flexible you are, you may be able to reach more towards the ankle, might be more towards the shin, might even be on the thigh. It's absolutely okay. If you need to bend the front knee, that's all right too. It's quite hard for balance, this one. And release, come into center, step or jump the feet, and shake out. Excuse me, have a little drink of water. Oh dear, I cannot get rid of my cough. It's a viral infection apparently I've got, so antibiotics won't do anything, so I've just got to get rid of it on my own. All right, let's take some balances now. So, feet together into mountain pose. If you find it's more steady and stable on the floor rather than your mat, then step off your mat. Eye gaze directly forwards and draw the abdominals in. I'm going to come into tree pose to begin with. You've got a little balance sequence. So picking the right foot up, placing the foot to the inside of the standing leg. Hands to the heart and surrender the shoulders down. So you've got the option of taking your foot lower or even toe to the floor if you need to. Pressing the inside of the standing leg to the sole of the lifted foot and vice versa, so you've got that two-way pressure. If you can, as you inhale, fingertips rise. As you exhale, just slide the shoulders away from the ears and elongate through your neck and your spine. Keep breathing in and out through the nose, pressing the sole of the foot down into the floor. It's the roots of your tree. We're going to come into flower pose. So the leg that's lifted into tree is going to release away. Using your right hand to reach for the ankle, bringing that leg behind you. See how my thigh is lifted, not dropped down, so lift the thigh. Left arm comes in front like a little semicircle, breathing in. And as you breathe out, you're going to bend your supporting knee. Keep pulling that right toe back and round so you've got like a spiral feeling through the back. Beautiful, like a rose petal. Flower pose. If you're a bit wobbly like me today, don't worry. I've had a bit of an inner ear infection, so my balance is a bit all over the place. And release, feet together, mountain pose. Let's try other side. Let's start with tree. So pick up your left foot, place it high knee, do more low on the floor, whatever's good for you. Hands to the heart. Focus your eye gaze. Steady and calm your mind. Sliding the shoulders down and long neck, long spine. As you inhale next time, fingertips rise. As you exhale, slide the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen through every part of your body. When you're ready, moving into flower pose. So left foot releases, reach with the left hand for the ankle, semicircle in the front arm, lift the thigh of that lifted leg, sink down into the supporting knee. Focus your eye gaze on a spot to help you with your balance and your stability. And release, feet together, mountain pose. All right, right knee to chest, clasping the hands around the front, pulling that knee up and inwards, sliding the shoulders down. Now you've got the option to stay here. If you want a little bit of challenge, you're going to clasp your hands underneath the foot now, flexing the foot. So you can either stay upright with the body, or you can bring it here with me. Nice deep breaths, and if you can, you're going to start to extend the leg. Now you might not go all the way, but just as far as you can. And start to bring your nose down towards the knee. And release. If you can hold it better than me, great. I'm not doing well with my balance today. All right, let's try other side. So knee to chest, standing knee to chest. Pull that knee, actively pull it in and upwards. Option to stay here, or if you want to, clasp your hands underneath the foot. So you might want to stay here, or if you can, slowly start to extend that leg. And this might be as far as you go. If you want to try and get the knee down, the nose down towards the knee, have a go now. And release, feet together. All right, it's quite a tough one. My balance is all over the place at the moment because I've got a bit of a dodgy ear. All right, we're going to bring it down into a downward dog again. So, turn onto your mat, depending on where your mat's facing, and step back into your downward dog. Make sure your middle fingers are forwards, spiral those elbows inwards, press through the hands, and push your heels towards the floor. We're going to come into a three-legged dog. So when you're ready, your right leg is going to lift all the way up, flex the foot, allow your hips to open, but square your shoulders and armpits. Then bend the knee, allow the foot just to drop. All right, moving into a twist. So the leg that's lifted steps around the outside of that hand. You can either have your back leg straight, or you can drop the knee to the floor. Adjust your hand over as necessary, and you're going to twist towards the front leg. So inhale to rise, and as you exhale, pull the arm up and back, and try and stack your shoulders one on top of the other. Option to drop the knee if you need to, and anyone with a shoulder injury, just keep the arm down. If you want a challenge, you're going to lift, bring your hands into prayer position, and hook that elbow over the front of the thigh. And release, hands to the floor, step back to downward dog. Let's walk through the dog, just pedaling through the feet. Alternate knees pushing, bending the knees, sorry, heels pushing down. Can't speak today. And both heels push down, body weight even between your hands and your feet. Let's repeat on the other side. So three-legged dog on your left leg, so opposite leg rises. Allow your hips to open, but keep the upper body as square as you can. Bend the knee, allow the foot just to drop. And allow that hip to open. The leg that's lifted steps it around the outside. You need to use your hand to help, that's okay. And you've got the option to drop the knee or keep the leg straight for more challenge. Twisting away from me towards the back now. So adjust your hands as necessary, wrist under shoulder, opening up. And really try and stack the shoulders one on top of the other. If you want the challenge, lifting up, hooking that right elbow around the thigh, hands to prayer position, and rotate that body to face the back. Hands to the floor, step back to downward dog, and walking through the dog again, just pedaling through the feet. All right, when you're ready, press both heels down, body weight even between your hands and your feet. Drop the knees to the floor, knees wide, toes together as you inhale, and exhale to sit back, bottom to heels into child's pose, and just extend through the fingertips. All right, coming into dolphin pose now. So I want you to clasp your hands, fingers together, and place your elbows and forearms on the floor. Separate your feet and come into a hover position, so either on your knees or your toes. Make sure the body's in a nice straight line. Then from there, I want you to lift your hips, walk your feet a couple of steps forwards towards your elbows, feet hip width apart, heels will be lifted, but you're aiming to push your heels towards the floor, and tuck your chin, sliding the shoulders away from the ears, and keeping the back nice and long. Nice deep breaths. Drop the knees to the floor and pushing all the way up, coming into camel pose. This is a back bend. So knees hip width apart, hands to the lower back. Inhale to lift through the chest, and as you exhale, squeeze the bottom, pushing the hips forwards and breathing. Now this might be enough for you. If you want more, you're going to reach one arm high, and if you want more still, reach your opposite hand to the ankle, pushing the hips forwards. If you want more still, both hands, one to each heel or ankle, and gently take the head back with control. Keep pushing the hips forwards, squeezing the bottom. If you're on one arm, change arms now. If you're on two hands, stay where you are and try and intensify the posture by really squeezing the bottom more, pushing those hips through. Let's come safely out of the posture, chin to the chest, coming all the way up, and sit back into child's pose. We're going to come back into dolphin pose one more time. So interlace your fingers again and come into a hover. So elbows onto shoulders, either on the knees or the toes. Make sure the head isn't dropped down, so your head and neck are just like an extension of your spine. Lifting the hips, walk your feet a couple of steps forward towards the elbows, feet hip width apart, pushing the heels towards the floor, and try to flatten out your back as much as possible in that diagonal line. Nice deep breaths. And release. Drop the knees, sit back into child's pose. And release, coming all the way up. All right, coming into a seated twist now. So taking a seat, and again, if you want to use your block or your cushion or something to sit down on, it might help you to elongate through your spine if you find it difficult to have a vertical spine when you're seated. So we're going to tuck the left leg in and pick up your right foot, press the big toe down, anchor it firmly, anchor both sides of the bottom down too. If you find it difficult to get into this position, you can either take your foot to the other side of the knee, or you can straighten out that bottom leg if you prefer, just to find a more comfortable posture. So when you're ready, we're going to twist towards that front leg. Pregnancy option, by the way, is always to twist away from the leg, using your left arm to hug in, or you may want to use the left elbow to hook, and then use your right hand behind you to rotate and look over the back shoulder. So we're trying to create length through the spine, space between the intervertebral discs. All right, bring the body to center. Inhale, we're going to lift right arm. As you exhale, we're just going to side stretch over. Try and keep both sides of the bottom anchored down firmly. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And release. All right, changing sides, guys. So when you're ready, opposite leg. Right leg tucks in. Pick up the left foot. Anchor the big toe firmly. A piece of grass or something on my mat from somewhere. All right, sit bones anchored firmly too. Lift up tall through the spine. Make sure that big toe doesn't lift. Twisting towards that leg or away for pregnancy option. Either hugging in with the elbow or hooking away if you prefer. Whatever helps you to get more of a rotation. Nice deep breaths. And as you breathe, just lift up taller through the spine, through the crown of the head, and then keep rotating over the back shoulder. One more breath. Bring the body to center with a side stretch over. So inhale to lift left arm. Exhale to C-shape through the spine. Try and drop the bottom down. Don't let it lift, no matter how tempting it is. Now you might not be able to get your elbow all the way down, so just go as far as you can personally. One more breath. Inhale to rise. And exhale, release. We're going to come into a forward fold. So extend the legs out. Lift your bottom out of the way so you're right up high on your sit bones. If you know you've got tight hamstrings, just bend your knees if you need to. So breathe in to reach and breathe out to fold the body in half. Try and get rid of any tension, maybe in the feet, in the fingers, in the face, wherever you don't need it right now. Slowly rolling all the way up and bring yourself down onto your backs now. We'll do some inner thigh stretching. So coming into happy baby pose, flexing the feet and reaching for the soles of the feet if you can. Now you want to try and drop your tailbone, your coccyx, down to the floor as much as possible. So you're imprinting your vertebrae down into the mat. Tuck the chin to the chest so the back of the neck is long. Now you may want to take a gentle rock side to side here, or you may just prefer to stay in a static position. If you want a little bit more, you might want to extend your legs out straight and either place the hands on the calves or the inner thighs, or maybe hook 2 fingers around the big toes if you prefer. And again, either taking that gentle rock side to side or staying in a static position if you prefer. If you don't like the legs straight, just stay with the legs bent into happy baby pose. Alright, slowly bending the knees, soles of the feet together. Keep the knees wide, feet to the floor into extended butterfly. So reaching the arms overhead, hold on to your own elbows. Tuck the chin so the back of the neck is long, and let the weight of the knees just fall open. Nice deep breaths into the back of the body, into the rib cage. Alright guys, we're going to finish with our relaxation meditation, Savasana time. So you can either stay where you are. If you want to move yourself into corpse pose, straighten out the legs and let the feet roll out naturally, palms up, or maybe hands on the belly if that's more comfortable. If you've got a tender lower back, you may prefer to have the feet wide, let the knees fall in, or even roll onto your side, or even seated with your back against a wall or against the sofa. If you're a little bit chilly, grab some layers to pop on. Excuse me. Alright, so just taking this little bit of time for ourselves, just to switch off from anything external and just allow yourself to become internal. I just want you to focus on your own breath right now. And just see how quickly or how slowly you may be breathing. And then just check in with the rhythm of your heartbeat and your pulse. And just see how quickly that is beating right now. And you may find that the rhythm of your breath starts to match the rhythm of your heartbeat, creating your own natural rhythm throughout your whole entire body. Meditation and relaxation is really, really important for us, and we don't spend enough time in our everyday life doing this. It helps promote positive mental health, positive well-being, and helps us to sleep better as well. So even if we just dedicate 5 minutes of each day just to try and relax, to try and switch off from our busy, hectic lives, it will help us. So just relax all of the muscles through the whole body. Paying particular attention to maybe the upper neck, shoulder area where we tend to hold a lot of tension. Just allow your breath to become deeper and slower. And if you want to extend this relaxation section, feel free to spend as long as you want to. But I am aware of the time, so when you are ready, just start to gently bring your awareness back to your breathing again. Feel the belly rise and fall, feel the lungs and the rib cage expand and contract. And then do what feels good for your body. So you might want to stretch out into a full body stretch. You might want to gather your knees into the chest and maybe take a gentle rock side to side. Try to move really slowly with control so we're not going to make ourselves dizzy. Gently roll yourself into a ball onto one side of the body. Open your eyes and become aware of the space around you. And then use your upper body just to push yourself up to seated. And you might want to grab your block or your cushion or whatever you've got to sit on top of. Just open the palms up to the sky, relaxing the arms down. Let's breathe together. So deep breath in, lifting up tall through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, just allow the shoulders to separate down away from the ears. And again, breathing in to lift. And breathing out to release. Let's have the arms. Inhale to rise. And exhale. One more time. Inhale to rise. And exhale. Take a little bow. Namaste. And release. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the class. If you do the class, please do a little comment, just so I know you've accessed it, because I think not many people are accessing my classes at the moment. I'm not sure. So yeah, please comment if you do it. And yeah, I'll see you soon. So I hope you managed to access it okay, because I pre-recorded this, so hopefully, fingers crossed, technology shouldn't fail me. And I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks very much, everybody. Take care. Bye.